I do feel like when she's come back, she's doing this revenge tour. She seems so much more comfortable out there. Like she seems like she's being very natural. She's very in character. Like
Mm,
there's like she seems like she has a lot more stage presence if you want to use that. Like
mm.
she's just feels very invested in this character in a way that I don't think we've ever seen her before. And I think that's helping get this angle
Yes.
over as much as it is. So this is easily the best work of her career. And it's taken her
Hmm.
from like the type of wrestler who, if she gets a world title run, it's money in the bank cash in, to
Yeah.
like someone who legitimately beats a Becky Lynch for it. So it's she's gone up
Well,
a level, right? And
legitimately.
well, not legitimately, but
Well, there
we'll
was
see if Dominic
some.
did that on purpose or not. I kind of think he might have.
I don't even think Dominic knows if he did it on purpose. That's how deep this runs. But
But another thing about this thing with Liv Morgan getting over as well, it's also a testament to Dominic. Dominic is not a fluke. He's
mm,
actually good at this, right? Like when he first started to get over as a heel after
mm,
turning on his dad, you can say, like, oh, okay, well, it was the angle that got him all that heat. But like that was so long
oh
ago
yeah,
now.
yeah,
He's been like playing into that heat in such a great way, doing the Eddie Guerrero impersonation that he does because that's his biological father.
well, of course.
And he's been so entertaining as part of a Judgment Day that
Hmm.
like he's played such a major role in this going so well, this angle with Liv Morgan going so well too. And I really do think it's a testament to just Dominic
Hmm.
being good, being an entertaining guy, and not having just sort of lucked into this angle that got him a ton of heat.
He and Logan Paul have similar trajectories in
Yeah.
that when they first showed up, we were kind of like, all right. But by now, we're like, no, these
Mm.
guys can do this really well. And
Yeah.
no one's more happy to be wrong than me, Like they're
Yeah,
both
when
so
he was
fantastic.
first when he was Ray's babyface son,
Mhm.
like I wasn't that into
Yeah.
that. Like I don't know. Like part of me was kind of like, well, why would you not put Dominic in a mask?
Yeah.
And like, like I thought it would have been cooler to have Dominic in a mask, maybe send him to Mexico for a bit, like create a character.
Yeah.
But I think it was a Vince Mc like it feels like a very Vince McMahon thing to like say like, no, pal, we're gonna get that face out there or something.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so I was kind of like, I don't think this has been handled well. He probably could have, it was like he'd skipped NXT altogether.
Yeah.
Uh, but that turn and entering into the Judgment Day, like that, they nailed that.
Yep.
That went tremendously well. Like, and he's
More of that, please.
and now, like AJ Styles did an interview with Sports Illustrated where he was saying, like, I want to be the type of heel who gets Dominik
Yeah.
Mysterio boos. So it's like, shit, you're the description of
Yeah.
like what heels want to get. That's like people used to always say the Road Warrior pop because the
Yeah.
Road Warriors would get such a strong reaction. It's now a Dominik
Dominic
Mysterio
Heat.
heat.
I love
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
like,
Well, you got booed at his own wedding
yeah.
by Damian Priest, but still,
Oh
you know,
man. So yeah, good on everybody involved in that.
yeah.
I think it's been a great storyline.
They've gone back to building stars again.
Yeah.
They're not just
Yeah.
taking people and putting them in places and moving blocks around. They're building stars again. They're creating these people. Dominic is a creation of this. Liv
Yeah.
Morgan's rise, amazing. Nia Jax has been much better this time around for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
There is something about the way Triple H approaches things that is a lot more based on A, long-term planning, and B, creating a world around these people, and
Yep.
giving them real motivations and stories to tell, as opposed to just being like, well, you work here, so go wrestle that guy, you know
I've also noticed that the Triple H WWE era is trying to get everyone over.
yeah.
Um, like it used to be in Vince McMahon would just like feed people to his stars, right? Like
Yeah.
I remember in the build up to WrestleMania 35, the Riot Squad, of course,
Mhm.
Liv Morgan apart, they were just fed to the participants in the main event match.
Probably the Bellas
And
of some kind.
well, it was like everyone involved in the main event match: Ronda Rousey, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch. But it seemed to be a lot of Ronda
Yeah.
Rousey would just run through the Riot Squad. Like there was absolutely no attempt whatsoever to keep the Riot Squad as like an
Or tell
act
a
people
story
would
with it.
care about after,
Yeah.
you know? And I don't see that as much here. Here it's like, you know, if someone's going to lose, they create a reason maybe
Yeah.
for why they lose or go on a losing streak,
Or they
you
have a
know?
reaction to it.
Yeah, like Chad Gable lost the match because Otis wouldn't interfere for him. It's like,
Mhm.
okay, that explains why he lost, but it's still just like a win for this other guy. So you can have, you know,
Yeah.
tell two
And
stories at once and nobody comes out looking like they don't matter in
yeah,
comparison to a
it's
bigger
it's the
star.
difference between like burying someone to make someone else look good
Yeah.
and elevating everyone so that everyone looks good.
And considering Triple H's reputation for when he was a wrestler,
Yeah.
was that he was very happy to bury people, does not seem to be a trait that has continued
Well,
into his booking
into
style.
his adulthood. Yeah.
Yes, into
No,
his adult wrestling life.
it's one of those things like either those, rumors or stories were exaggerated or told by, disgruntled people or whatever.
Mhm.
Or at some point he got to a maturity level where he was like, maybe I should try again.